Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. Hi, this is Steph here from the Village Storytelling Centre. Yes, we're back again with another tale from our homes for you. I thought this time, instead of seeing my face on a screen, we could try a story where we just listen instead. So get comfy in your favourite chair or in the sofa, have a stretch. Feel free to close your eyes and drift off. This story was originally written by a man named Bob Pegg. He called it a Ceilidh story. But I've adapted the tale to include some of my memories from the past. And we hope you enjoy it. Okay. My bonnie lies over the ocean. My bonnie lies over the sea. My bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my bonnie to me. Back in the days before the internet, before laptops, before Facebook and mobile phones, we folk used to meet up in the evenings to gossip and tell jokes. Share stories, maybe sing a song. In my house, we called this a Gatlin session. All the men would convene in the kitchen with an accordion and a bottle or two of Black Label. They'd get drunk and trade stories about their work at Ravenscraig and the local pits. Then they'd light their pipes by the back door, reeking like lums, and cast an admiring eye over my granda's tatty plants, his wee toty early summer strawberries. In the front room, dressed in their Sunday best, the women folk would share their stories about how useless their men folk were. Nothing but good strong tea was sipped from my granny's best china, and I was warned to be on my best behaviour. If successful, I'd get a shiny 50p. And some old auntie on my granda's side would allow me to entertain her. I'd try standing on my hands and arching my back into a shaky crab, to which she'd dutifully cheer and clap. And as a reward for this show of love and loyalty, I wouldn't budge from her lap the whole night. So she'd whisper a story in my ear. Years ago, on the southwest coast of the Isle of Mull, there was a kiln. And in that kiln, where the corn was dried, the locals would often gather at night to tell stories. They called this gathering a Ceilidh. Sometimes they'd bring their darning, sometimes their sewing, and they'd sit in a circle, and the owner of the kiln would always start off the night. The people that gathered there had just the one rule for the evening, and that was that everyone present had to share a story. No exceptions. One mysterious night, when the wind blew high, a handsome young lad appeared. He wasn't from Mull. He'd come over on a boat from the mainland, and so he didn't know the rule. When it came to his turn in the circle, he said, "I don't have a story to tell." The islanders exchanged looks and muttered, "The audacity." But the owner of the kiln was a kind man, and so he said to the lad, "Well, how about you tell us a dream then, son?" And the handsome lad replied, "Well, that's funny, because for months now I've had the same dream night after night after night." And so he began to tell the people his dream. In his dream, the lad found himself in a place he'd never been before. Somewhere by a coast. And along that coast blew a strong wind. The lad was standing by the shore, and when he looked out at the sea, there was a ship in distress, caught in rugged waves. The lad would quickly find a rowboat, and he'd push it out into the water, heading for the ship. But the mighty wind would catch hold of him and drag him out into way deeper waters, past the ship, and then past Colonsay, Jura, Islay, and right away over to the Irish coast. And there the lad would climb out of the small boat, and he'd come ashore to find a cottage. And when he knocked at the door of the cottage, an old woman would answer. And behind her stood a beautiful young lassie with long red hair, blue eyes like the sea. And so the handsome lad came to stay there. He became friends with the old woman, and more than friends, with the beautiful young lassie. The old woman bid him to work the family fishing boat, which had been idle for some time. He and the beautiful young lassie had children, and he was happy there, happier than he had ever been. But one evening, when he was out working the old woman's boat, a strong wind began to blow. And the strong wind caught hold of him, and it blew the fishing boat out into deep, deep waters, away from his home, away from his beloved family, away from the Irish coast, past Islay, Jura, and Colonsay, until he was washed up on the very shore that he'd set off from in a rowboat all those years before. "And that's when I wake up," said the handsome lad to the gathering in the kiln. "Every night I wake up at the same point in my dream, and I feel so sad about my lost love, that beautiful young lassie with the long red hair and the eyes as blue as the sea. My bairns, my home." The islanders were hushed. The lad believed them to be caught up in his story about his dream. They all sat there for a while in silence, until the kiln owner stood up. He cleared his throat and said, "Well done, lad. You did well after all. But who's next?" And the old gentleman sitting next to the handsome young lad, well, he got to his feet ready to begin his story, when the door of the kiln was pushed open and an old woman walked in, closely followed by a beautiful young lassie with long red hair and eyes as blue as the sea. "My bonnie lies over the ocean, my bonnie lies over the sea, my bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back, oh bring back my bonnie to me, to me." Bring back, oh bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. Are you all still awake? We hope you enjoyed that story. We'll be back again soon with another tale. So it's bye from me, Steph, at the Village Storytelling Centre. Enjoy the rest of your day.